Brian, I really was just going to ask about the efficiency of the team in front of goal. You had like 8 shots and you scored six goals. You know, you just talk about that efficiency and execution.
Stats are deceiving, Muzz. Stats are deceiving. Maybe those 8 shots were from really close range, hard to miss. There's a lot of variables in our sport. People that just take stats as the only measuring stick or, the only thing that they talk about don't understand the human element of the game. So what I would say is that the chances we created were all very good. And then, yes, to your point, some of the golazos were maybe from a little bit further out, but they were quality goals.
Jade, I see you as well. Let's go back to you.
Hey, thank you. Congratulations on the win, Brian. I know it's still a little fresh, but as far as the quality though, and wanting to break through or carry forward from the Tigres win, do you feel that your team has done that, or was there a lot of emotion that y'all were riding as far as this rivalry and win?
It started one game before that, Jada. I thought we played well against Dallas. Even though that ended up being a draw, we couldn't find the second goal. Yes, I think the Tigres win gave us plenty of momentum. Nico Ladero's inclusion into the team has given us a boost. Christian coming back from his tournament with the national team. I mean, there's a lot of things that are starting to steamroll into place. And so, we're just going to try and keep that moving and keep that going and emphasize that, I always tell them, I told them after the game, look, MLS is hard. It's a hard league and we got to get through Dallas midweek and then we got to go to Columbus, which isn't going to be an easy task. And we just got to keep fighting. We got to keep grinding. And, they did that tonight. Jeremiah, your last question. Yeah, Portland put us under pressure at moments, but the class of our team, the quality of our team showed through tonight to get us, a victory and 3 points.
Jonathan Tannenwald has his hands up there. I believe he's in Philadelphia. I'm sorry, in Portland tonight from the Philadelphia Inquirer.
I'm here, yes.
Yeah, JP, go ahead and ask your question.
I don't know what time it is, but I'm here. Brian, congratulations. And I wonder, as we see you enjoying a drink there, and we talked on Wednesday about, how focused you were. And I wonder if you allowed yourself a little time tonight to celebrate this one in particular, given this, if I saw things going around correctly, you might have scored the last time the Seattle team hung up 6 on a Portland team. Is that right? And do you allow yourself to celebrate this one a little bit?
I don't remember that. Yes, of course, we're going to enjoy the moment. I tell the guys that they have to enjoy these moments. It's not every day that we're going to come down here against our arch rival, against a well-coached team. Gio does a very good job here. This was a complete performance. We are absolutely enjoying the moment. We talked about a lot of things in that locker room after the game. So yes, I'm going to enjoy this, but we have to go to work tomorrow, tonight. I'll be on the plane digesting film. We have to go to work because we have another tough game in Dallas on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Jeremiah, you're top of my list here, it looks like. Go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, Brian, what was there anything that you felt like you had to change? Going back to the question I asked Steph a little bit, was there anything that you felt like you had to change in the second half, or was it matter just kind of doing the stuff you'd probably been talking about the whole time?
No, the team is what it is, Jeremiah. I think you've seen in your many years of covering our team, we start the beginning of the year, we kind of, go and we see and we might tinker a little bit. I think the team is coming into focus for me. I think some of the, and again, I'll give credit to Jimmy Traore, who it's his last time down here in Portland. He's been part of many, many rivalries, Gonzo, starting us off this year, Tommy Preki. I think all of us as coaches, I think we're proud of the fact that we've got this team, to a point where they get it. They understand the tactics that we want. And so even when Portland came back 2-2, there was never any panic, Jeremiah. It was not like, okay, there was some, maybe some of the shirts got a little tight. I mean, you gotta understand the momentum of flow of the game and all that. But, you know, our quality showed through at the end. Our quality showed through, and then their understanding of what we want to accomplish out of our formation. And then the final piece, and the most important piece, Jeremiah, is again, that locker room's belief in themselves, both as individuals and as a collective. I've never seen a locker room that strong. It reminds me very much of 2016. Those guys are really focused on what they want to do. I'm trying to limit the amount of things that I say, because they're the ones that are doing the work. They're the ones that believe. So my job is getting easier, actually.
Get over to John Lupo next. John, please go ahead and ask your question.
Thanks, Alex. Brian, this was Raul's 9th and 10th goals against Portland and his 12th and 13th on the season. What do you think it is in this rivalry in particular that he's able to step up and be so clutch against your arch enemy?
Yeah, John, it's not so much that it's the rivalry. Yes. Okay. Yes. He scored a ton of goals. You know, somebody mentioned Roger Levesque was the leading scorer against Portland, you know, back from the USL days. What I would say about Raul is it's not just the quality of the goals that Raul scores, but it's the timing of when he scores them. I mean, we needed that. We needed that goal from Raul to get us back on top. You know, the Austin game this year, you know, he comes on and secures 3 points. Everybody talks about the great game that he had against LAFC when him and Nico were killers. I mean, you know, when they had the best record in the history of our league. He scores timely goals at the right moments. And then, of course, I mean, he's a showman, and he pulls out, you know, the highlight reel goals on a week-to-week basis.
Nico Moreno.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. It seemed like your subs were, right on today. They definitely worked. When you brought in Nico, was that a thing of the moment, or did you have that kind of planned out? And I mean, this is a pretty historic win. I mean, in terms of where it is and how dominant. Where would you rank that in your repertoire? Well,
I believe that this is the biggest margin of victory in the Sounder Portland rivalry. Is that correct?
I believe that's correct. I
Okay.
can't confirm back to 75, but MLS. Yeah.
Okay, so Matt Winter, my crack stats guy, says he can't confirm 1975, but Nico, that is a long time ago. So if it is in fact from 1975 till now, that's still a pretty impressive scoreline. So what I would say to you is that, why I brought Nico Benasset on was because it was first game here, and, he's going to play against Dallas. So I needed him to incorporate himself a little bit in the group. The other guys have been here all year long. So we just need to give him a little bit of taste before he participates against Dallas.
I'm sorry, I should have specified. I meant Nico Ladero.
Bringing
him on, was that kind of pre-arranged?
That was planned.
Okay.
Now we have Nico. We have three Nicos. You, Nico Ladero, Nico Benasset. So yes, Nico Ladero was a planned sub at halftime, just in order to build his minutes safely. So yeah, we will continue to build his minutes for the remainder of the year until he's 90-minute fit, which isn't going to take very long.
Next over, we'll head to Felipe Maqueda. Felipe, please go ahead and ask your question.
Coach Schmetzer, congratulations. The team played really very high quality soccer against Tigres and also against Portland tonight. Do you think that the team reached the reset point that you were looking a few weeks ago?
The reset point, yes. We talked about a small reset, Felipe. I don't know if I would have said, a full reset. Maybe we just needed to, take a deep breath, relax, tranquilo a little bit, look backwards before we move forwards. That's what I would probably say, because I think we reflected a lot on the loss to Sporting Kansas City and then the loss to San Jose. I think those were two games that we could have done better. And then again, like I said previously, I thought against Dallas, we played okay. We gave up a goal in the last minute. But I think the team has reset a little bit. Again, I think Christian coming back. I think Nico coming back. We're going to get Steph back. Knew who was close. We have Nico Benasset. We have all this momentum starting. So I think the team El Equipo is in a good rhythm.
Thank you.
Next up, we'll go to Alonso Contreras. Alonso, please go ahead and ask your question.
Thank you, Alex. How are you, Coach?
Good, very
Coach,
good.
Congratulations and cheers for this result. I would like to ask you two questions. How do you feel about the team scoring a goal, the last goal, without a true forward in the field? And how do you feel to seeing Jingle Bells again after a couple weeks, MLS results? Kind of rough.
Yeah. Well, the last part of your question is we don't sing Jingle Bells at home. So, our last road game was a while ago. It was Austin, actually. I remember that. So that was our last road game, and this is our next road game. So that was actually good. But scoring the last goal without a center forward, I took Raul off just so that the crowd could appreciate his effort, his involvement, his goals. He comes to training with Danny Leyva. I needed Danny to get a little taste of the game because Danny's going to participate against Dallas. So it was just a way to give Raul, some applause after a very, very good performance.
See Ari Lilwall on here. Ari, please go ahead and ask your question. And sorry for getting you buried at the bottom of the stack there. You're up now.
No worries. Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. I was wondering your thoughts on the significant role that Jimmy Medranda has played this season, and specifically also your thoughts on that goal. Did you know that he had that in his bag of tricks?
Yes, I knew he had it in his bag of tricks. He's got an unbelievably talented left foot. But that was JP seeing an opportunity. He gave the right pass at the right moment, and Jimmy was able to push it home. So for me, he has been a really valuable member to the team this year. And whatever happened in his previous couple of teams, whatever, he had some injuries over his career. I think you've seen a player who is enjoying a fresh team, a new environment. His play has been very, very good.
I'm seeing a couple hands up, just making sure those aren't holdovers from first-time questions. If there are follow-ups, we can do one or two. But John Lupo or Felipe Makeda, do either of you have follow-ups?
Yeah, Coach, can you please talk about the performance of Stephen Cleveland and his growth since he took the role of starting in goal?
Felipe, thank you for that question. Stephen Cleveland had a very, very, very good game. I mean, he was tremendous in goal. I thought he did everything well. He saved. He made the saves when he had to. Like the couple of goals that went in, I'm not so sure he could do anything about them. He is developing into a fine goalkeeper. And, it's all credit to my very good friend, Tom Dutra. He works those guys very hard, and all of that hard work is what you're seeing on the field. So, for me, it's an easy question to answer. He was very good. Stephen Cleveland was very good, but he has the best goalkeeper coach in the league, making him very, very good.